Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Master. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there, everybody. It's time for another Paul Mash TV episode, and we're glad that you could join us yet again today. And the feedback just keeps coming in, and we really do appreciate that. And if you'd like to be one of those that sends us feedback, and that goes for the people that haven't had a chance yet or the new viewers, you can do that very easily by going to facebook.com/PaulMashTV, and you can like the page, send us an inbox, reply to the videos in question, and we would love to hear from you there. And also feel free to subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube, and you'll always get the latest information or interviews whenever they become available. And you can also use the comment section there. And there's always good old-fashioned email. That's paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And feel free to use that not just for fan info, but you can use it if you're a band or solo artist wanting to be on the show. And we'll go from there. And also, we have an official web address, and you'll see the address to do at the closing credits at the end of the show. So, and it'll recap everything I just said. So we hope to hear from you there. Right now, we have Gifted Ice. He's from Panama City, Florida. Another talented hip hop artist, and you'll see on the music video at the end of the interview. But before we get to that interview, here's a quick word from ClickJam. Don't go away.
Does anyone know where Lou is? Anyone? Let's jam.
We're fabulous, nobody's doing for the crushed and the broken hearted. We're fabulous, nobody's doing 'cause we can and we just got started. Come on and bang.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another interview. And with us from Panama City, Florida, we have Gifted Ice. Thanks for joining us, Gifted.
Yes, Lord. What's going on with you?
Oh, doing all right, man. It's glad that you could come on the show. I guess the first question I'd like to ask everybody is this, because everyone has their own story, obviously. But why don't you tell us a little bit about how Gifted Ice decided he wanted to be a musician? I mean, did you fall into it, or have you always wanted to be a musician? You know, just
Nah. From birth, my mama liked to dance. I wish I could sing y'all like a little skit for fucking dance, and I could probably find it on something else. But my father was a DJ. You dig what I'm saying? Throughout my whole life, my brother rap, my sisters used to know how to dance, but now they doing their own thing. But since birth, it always been something that I gravitated with. It made me kind of escape life, as you would say, you know what I mean? Because I got in trouble when I was younger and when I was older.
Mm-hmm.
Prison sentences. So it was the only thing that made me think outside of the prison sentence. For reading, poetry, writing, you know what I mean? Because once you learn how to use them words, you start understanding that shit. You know what I mean? You start comprehending the shit that you really think. You know what I mean? That's how Tupac and other rappers became really great, because I feel as though I can write a whole poetry book such as Pop, Rose Beneath the Concrete, and then you will understand me more, but I will have to do it repetitive. So I went through 3 different prison sentences, winning battles and all of this crazy shit because I took the time out to fucking sit back and write. At one point, it was like older dudes on camps that I was at was like, all right, they think they raw, so I want to fucking battle Gifted Ice, knowing that I was already a live wire when it comes to whatever that is out there, and as far as the rap shit, because that was the only thing that I had to connect with because my people wasn't there for me.
Okay.
My people wasn't there for me, and because of my people wasn't there for me, you know what I'm saying? That's what I had to lean on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I kind of thank God for that shit because of the simple fact is when you ain't got shit, you got you. But you got to realize who you are and what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I be hearing people out there like, God damn, bro, you so fucking raw. And you know what I'm saying? And damn, I wish I can fucking rap like you. But the fucking thing about it is you fucking can. You dig what I'm saying? But I had to think about that too. Maybe you can't. That was some shit that God gave me, especially due to my circumstances. I lose a lot of people out here, dog. You know.
All right. Well, that is a pretty good story, and I can tell a lot of people will probably enjoy that.
I mean, from far as my background, I will tell you that I grew up in a broken home, really no father, and a mother that was jumping from,
Mhm.
you know, dude. So at a point in my life, I guess I said, fuck it. She put me kind of, you know, out there in the system,
Mhm.
you know, fuck it. And so I didn't really have no father to go on. She was sending me to hideout houses. Man, I'm at a point in my life, I have a business, my nigga. Excuse my language, but I have a business. Man, I show you cars out here. That shit don't even mean nothing once you get to that point. But when I was at a low point in my life, that's what I wanted. But I couldn't, not even the love. You know what I'm saying? And so I went through the juvenile system, and I accepted the fact that I'm by myself. I was wilding. You know what I'm saying? 4 juvenile systems. My mama gave me to the system. I went to prison a few times, but after the 3rd time, something hit in my mind that, hey, Ice, listen, you know how to do this shit. You got a mind.
Mhm.
Fuck what everybody did to you. Fuck what all of that shit happened. Don't forget it, but I learned from it. And after that right there, it wasn't nothing but up from there. I started meeting the right people, and you know, it flourished from that. Shout out to Blaze House, my producer, you know, making a whole bunch of shit happen for me.
All righty. Well, let me ask you a question about your influences. I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of influences that motivated you to become a musician. Maybe you can mention some of those. I know you mentioned Tupac earlier. I'm sure he was one of them.
Yeah. Most definitely. I guess because around that time when that was going on, I was living in a house. I wasn't grown enough to go through the circumstances that he was going through, but the people that I was surrounding myself with at the time, including my mother, was going through them circumstances. So I was able to connect because I was listening. And when he died, my mama was acting like it was her fucking husband or something, you know. And he was always an influence because it wasn't just his lyrics, it was because whoever was promoting him or whoever his A&R or producer was, matter of fact, the beats that they put behind what he was feeling, it really created the whole thing for me. The beats that they put behind, such as violins and or pianos and shit like that, to help him express himself along with his voice, is what really attracted me to that. And then, you know, the guy T.I., I like the way he grew up. I like the way he just stood tall, like a king. You know what I mean? Nas, like a king. Jay-Z, despite what they say, he did it like a king, and you can't take it away from him. So that's who I gravitated to. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't all about getting fucked up out here. You know what I mean? No more. I gravitated. They show you how to get the money in an intellectual way. And far as Tupac, I think that if I would have thought the way that he lived right now, at my state of mind, the same thing would happen to me because of our beliefs. And when people put beliefs out there, have some facts to go along with it so somebody can do some research. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have all these fake ass rappers out there just rapping and shit, but you have no knowledge. Me, I want to have a voice. The only reason why I started this shit in the first place was so that if I did make it to a certain point in life, not for me to be just a rich nigga, just for people to understand things. And I feel like that I have to make it to a certain level just to reach out to the rest of the society and tell them what the fuck going on and how we fucking trapped in this same fucking cycle and how these people want us to abide by certain shit just to make us move a certain way. But once you break a barrier, that's when something happened to you. Every boxer before he got in the ring and he didn't know how to fucking fight, somebody knocked him the fuck out. But when he became a champ, somebody knocked him the fuck out until he understood how to, you know what I'm talking about? So I feel like it's the same thing in the world. And if I'm able to get to a point where I'm able to speak to the world about this shit, then maybe it'll be some type of change. I ain't doing it just to look fly. It just, that's what my life took me. I just, you know, that's what it took me. So
All right.
speak the truth in the booth to the youth.
All righty. Well, I understand what you're saying there. Why don't you talk about your music for right now? I mean, how many albums do you got? Do you get it in physical copies? Is it all streaming? And maybe you could talk about.
Well, to be real with you, I've been doing this so long, and I just had the opportunity within the last couple of years to be able to just put the music out and let people hear me.
Mhm.
Because if you go on YouTube, my first song I think was "Fly Like an Eagle," and it kind of speaks about my past. It's 2 verses, speaks about my past and my present, and I put "Seal" in it, "Fly Like an Eagle," and just to give an example and explain how I really felt. I started out doing like pain music, I guess, and I still got a couple things going with the pain music. And my first album is finna drop in a couple months. Is because that I went through so many things and I wrote so many things, and I think at one point I was getting too flashy, you know what I mean? Because God brought some people in my life and I ended up building up from that. But then I had to bring myself and humble myself. And so it took a while because of the simple fact is I didn't want all the pain music on there, but I wanted people to feel where I'm coming from, you know what I mean? Because I want to feel where they coming from, you know? And I wanted people to understand where I was coming from because I know there was a lot of people out there that could relate to my story. And so it was just a bunch of ups and downs, and I knew that in order for me to make it great, I had to do it this way because I've been wanting to drop a mixtape or album, you know what I mean? Because I know I got that gift. But at the same time, as time passed on, I held off on a lot of videos. I held off on a lot of songs. You know what I mean? I ain't really had no big producer to tell me to do that. I just had the knowledge to do that. And it's crazy because I was so eager to drop this shit.
All
Man,
right.
I was so fucking eager. I was like, man, I got like all these fucking songs, 1,200. Let's drop these bitches. But as time went on and I went through more shit, it was just like, wait, hold up. Cause you don't want a whole bunch of flashy shit on there. You don't want a whole bunch of like, unless you too short, you don't want fucking 10 songs with no bitches and hoes on there. So it was just like I went through too much at different cycles that it seemed like God was telling me don't drop that bitch right now. But when I do drop it, I feel like it's gonna be great. I look at Nipsey Hussle, and he charged $100 for all his mixtape, but he knew, I can guarantee you that he went through a whole bunch of shit before he really understood it was great. And when he understood it was great, he sent it out, and Jay-Z bought so and so as many, you know what I mean? And so I just like anybody else out there, whether they want to admit it or not, a lot of shit is repetitive. They go off of shit they seen back in the days, such as new age songs. They look at old age songs. You know what I mean? They can look at Ludacris and Mary J. Blige, Runaway Love, and make a whole song about that subject, listen to his lyrics, put it as the same subject, but say it different and write it different, but talk about the same thing with 3 verses, and the song would be just as great.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
well, I guess everybody can just check out YouTube then to see your videos then, I guess. And speaking of your videos, we're getting ready to show one in just a moment here. It's called Hate. I guess that goes back to that pain thing you were talking about, probably. But is there a story behind this song?
That goes back to, I would explain that video. The reason why that video dropped was because I was at a lower place in my life, and once I started rising a little bit, it was like even family members and different people was out there was hating because of the simple fact, because my wife boss. We was at a certain place in our life, but as more we changed each other, boss. She boss. So it was like, man, the only reason why I did this shit, it was like I was wondering why you was fucking hating. You know what I'm saying? Even people that I grew up with, but people see hate at different spots. But when you know people throughout life and you see them respond to you in a certain way, anything other than love is like, damn, all right, I see you hating, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it right now. So I waited for a little while, and then I was like, okay, because that was my first video. They didn't believe. I met a dude, I ain't gonna say no name, but we did a show. First time I was so nervous, man. I was like drinking. My wife was in fucking Tennessee somewhere. We weren't married at that time, but I was nervous because I know that she was all the way down for me and she wasn't there. So I guess I started drinking a little bit more than I should.
Mm-hmm.
And I performed and it wasn't to the best of my last 4. I put it like that. It was shit. It was fucking crazy. So I seen the dude, the same guy in the junior store, and I was like, hey man, check this out. I done dropped a lot of songs you did, and I got this fly like Eagle G. I'm telling you, when I started getting back in it, bro, like I'm gonna be for real. And like it's kind of like he blew me off, but I started thinking about all of this shit at one time. It was combined in my mind, so I dropped fucking Hate. And then when I did that, him and others showed up at my motherfucking doorstep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I watched that video. It's a pretty good video, and I know everybody out there will enjoy watching it. As I said, we'll get to that in just a minute, but I think that's all the time we have for now, Gifted, and we thank you for coming on the show. And
I appreciate
I always, no problem. And we always invite people to come back a second time. So if you ever want to come back and plug something new, maybe we'll have you back on again.
Yes, sir. That depends on how much you like me, man.
I like you a lot, man. You're pretty cool there. So,
and I appreciate that, man, to the fullest.
Okay, so let's go ahead and watch Hate right here on Paul Nash TV. Don't go back.
Hey, yo, what's happening, man? Nigga thought I was done, nigga. Did what it is, nigga.
Yeah, I used to smile a lot, still clown a lot, gun blow a lot, razor plow a lot, I snow distribute around the town a lot, white pay, ice made the reason why they hate. No need. Why? Is that the reason why they hate? I used to smile a lot, still clown a lot, gun blow a lot, razor plow a lot, I snow distribute around the town a lot, white pay, ice made the reason why they hate. No need. Why? Is that the reason why they hate? I used to smile a lot, still clown a lot, gun blow a lot, razor plow a lot, I snow distribute around the town a lot, white pay, ice made the reason why they hate. No need. Why? Is that the reason why they hate? I'm a menace, just like driving me crazy. Grab my head and get the shaking, get too close, I get the swinging. With them begging, wearing flame, pledge to lead this 80 babies. With my diaper shitting on them like 100-year-old lady. My 380 get the bustin', suffer repercussions. And they took it the bugging and pull up and get the dumping. Get it started from opinion, man. This rapping shit is nothing, man. These hoes all on my polo, they like polo sticks or something. I'm a beast. Yeah, from the street. Yep, they ain't know me back then. Couldn't sleep beneath the rain on the concrete. Had to run a
sack then. Just a little nigga, bigger jacket for the Mac 10. Now I'm flying like an eagle on them. Shit, the minister sinister. Do my own research so I can see it clear. Bruh, diamond in a row. Sleeping giant, no Goliath. On to set this bitch on fire. Word to my brother Brian. I used to smile a lot, still clown a lot. Gun blow a lot, razor plow a lot. Of snow distribute round the town a lot. White pay, ice made the reason why they hate. Why? Is that the reason why they hate? Okay, now all of this is mine, so I'ma watch over it. My kingdom is my house, so don't you try to take control of it. Dig your own hole, jump in and throw dirt of it. Without a fight, fire, earth, heaven, we snorkeling. Stand behind these bars like my beard. Gotta get it money, ain't no starving for my kid. Go harder in the paint for Elijah. Keep money, thank Kaiser. Been born in my little sister wiser. Hate to do his job, can never rob me of my greatness. The greatest, see me riding in the latest. I ain't gave a fuck, lady. Shit, I'm gravy. What you doing with them fakers? Still hanging with them niggas who will snitch when shit get real. Get go, she go to prison and try to fuck your hoe while you in prison. Hey, my bro flow sick of pressure, 100% on one. Beat your man with a plan, trying to get a gangster. On a mission, put some comma on them digits. I used to smile a lot, still clown a lot. Gun blow a lot, razor plow a lot. Of snow distribute round the town a lot. White pay, ice made the reason why they hate. Why? Is that the reason why they hate? Tell me, yeah, nigga. Get the nights, my nigga. I told you niggas I'm back, nigga. Hey, shout out to Blaze House, partner.